Hello students. So now the topic is triac. Triac comes from the combination of the capital letter from the word triode and AC. Triode and AC. So by combining this capital letter TRI and this AC, the word, the term comes triac. Okay, so what is this triac? Let's see. Triac is also one type of thyristor family member. This power semiconductor device is also comes under thyristor family. So see, SCR is a unidirectional device. SCR means thyristor. You already taught in the previous sessions. So SCR is a unidirectional device. Why? Because it conducts from anode to cathode. See, already you studied about the SCR. SCR is like this. This is your SCR. Okay, anode, cathode, gate. Okay, so here the conduction is from anode to cathode only, not from cathode to anode. That's why it is a unidirectional device. But triac can conduct in both direction. It can conduct in this direction or it can conduct in this direction also. Okay, so it is a bidirectional thyristor with 3 terminals. Okay, so this is a thyristor which is unidirectional with 3 terminals, anode, cathode, gate. But triac is a bidirectional thyristor with 3 terminals. Okay, what are the terminals? That is main terminal 1, main terminal 2 and gate. Okay, so this type of semiconductor device is mainly used for the purpose of for the control of power in AC circuit. Okay, these triac, diac, these type of semiconductor devices are mainly used for the control of power in AC circuit. Okay, so this triac is a equivalent of two SCR connected in anti-parallel. See, this is a SCR symbol. So, but triac is what? It is the combination of two thyristors in anti-parallel structure. Okay, so it is the triac is the equivalent of two SCR connected in anti-parallel. This is the triac symbol. Okay, now see, as the triac can conduct in both the direction, the term anode and cathode are not applicable here, because you already know from diode section, from thyristor section, that current can flow from anode to cathode only, not from cathode to anode. That's why here the terminals are termed as main terminal 1, main terminal 2 and gate. Okay, main terminal 1 represented as empty 1, main terminal 2 represented as empty 2, gate represented by G. Okay, so this is the cross sectional view of the all the layers of triac. Okay, and see, always you remember that gate is always nearer to the main terminal 1. Okay, here also see, gate is nearer to main terminal 1. Here also gate is nearer to main terminal 1. So when you see the triac device, you can easily recognize that which one is main terminal 1, main terminal 2 and gate, because two terminals are nearer to each other and another one is far away from the rest of the two terminals. So the terminal which is separately placed, that is the main terminal 2, and the two terminals which are placed nearer to each other, that is main terminal 1 and gate. Okay, and see the cross sectional diagram. This is the cross sectional layer diagram. What you see, that here P1 layer, N1 layer, P2 layer, Okay, so over this P1 layer, N4 layer is hatched. Similarly, in this P2 layer, N3 layer is hatched, N4 layer is also hatched. Okay, hatched means over the P1 layer, N4 layer is epidexally grown. Similarly, over P2 layer, N3 layer and N2 layer are grown. Okay, or diffused. Okay, so here see M2 over the P1 layer and N4 layer, there is one metallic layer. From this metallic layer, MT2 terminal is taken out. That means this MT2 terminal connected to P1 as well as N4. Similarly, over here P2 surface, there is N3 layer and N2 layer are diffused. So here also metal layer deposited which connected to N3 as well as P2. So the terminal connected here is the gate terminal. That means gate terminal is connected to both P2 and N3 layer. Here also see over P2 layer surface, N2 layer is diffused. So here also metal deposit are hatched. So and one terminal is taken out, that is MT1. That means MT1 terminal is connected to both P2 and N2. Okay, so this is the cross sectional structure of triac. Okay, so now we will study about the operation of the triac, and throughout the studying this operation we will clearly understand about the VI characteristics of triac. Okay, see, this triac mainly has 4 operating modes. Okay, 4 operating modes means first of all we will apply MT2 positive with respect to MT1 and we apply positive gate signal. Then we see what happens through this triac and through which layer current can conduct. Similarly, the second mode is the MT2 is positive with respect to MT1 and gate current is negative. And the third one is the MT2 is negative with respect to MT1 and gate is positive. And the fourth one is the MT2 positive with respect to MT1 but the gate is negative. So these are the 4 operating modes we will discuss. Okay, so first of all, see, first when there is no gate signal, what will happen, how this triac conduct or it will conduct or not. Let's see. When there is no gate signal, the triac will block both the half cycle of the AC applied voltage. Okay, see, triac is a device which can work in AC. That means the input signal is the AC. Okay, so when positive half is applied across MT2 and MT1, that means MT2 positive, MT1 negative. And when the negative half cycle applied across these two terminals, that means this is negative and this is positive. In both the cases, the triac will block both the half cycle of the AC applied voltage. In case of AC, okay, when AC is applied and when there is no gate signal, the triac will block both the forward voltages. That means both the triac will block the forward voltages and the reverse voltages. The means the triac will block forward voltage in the positive half cycle and the triac will block negative voltage or reverse voltage in the negative half cycle, unless and until this voltage, this applied voltage reach to the breakover voltage, that is VB1 or VB2. Okay, when the applied voltage reach to the breakover voltage level, then only the triac will conduct. Otherwise, the triac will block both the voltage when there is no gate signal. Okay, so this is one type of, already you studied in the thyristor section, that one is a forward voltage triggering. That means under a forward voltage triggering method, the triac can conduct without gate signal. Okay, but forward voltage triggering method is actually is not a reliable one. Okay, that's why we cannot use the forward voltage triggering method. So we need to apply gate signal. Okay, so the triac can be turned on in each of the half cycle of the applied voltage by applying positive or negative voltage to the gate with respect to terminal MT1. Okay, that means when we apply forward voltage across MT2 and MT1, see here MT1 act as a reference one. Okay, when MT2 is positive, that means with respect to MT1, that means it is positive and it is negative. Similarly, in the gate and MT1 circuit, when gate signal is applied, that means when gate is positive, that means when positive supply is given to the gate, that means MT1 is negative. When negative supply is given to the gate, that means MT1 is positive. So MT1 act as a reference one. Okay, so by applying positive or negative voltage to the gate with respect to MT1, the triac can turned on without increasing the forward voltage or applied voltage to the breakover voltage level. Okay, so this method is also, you can say, the great gate triggering method. Okay, so let's go to the each of the operating modes one by one. Okay, so the first one is, see, the turn on process of triac based on these three modes of operation. So we will discuss one by one. So first one is the MT2 positive and gate current is also positive. That means MT2 positive with respect to MT1, that means it is positive, it is negative. And gate current is also positive, that means gate is positive with respect to MT1. I draw the layer diagram here, so you can understand in a clear form, in a better form. Okay, see, this is the layer diagram. MT2, the metallic layer, then MT2, when MT2 positive and MT1 negative, then through MT1 there is through MT1 it is connected to P2 and N2 layer. So I draw here P2 and N2 layer, and we apply gate a positive signal. That means when we apply gate a positive signal, then N3 and P2 and N3 act as a reverse bias, so it has no use to show here. So when it is positive, that means it linked through P2 only, that's why I draw here P2 only, there is no N3. Okay, so when MT2 positive, MT1 negative, see here also MT2 positive means N4 and P1, this junction act as a reverse bias junction, that means there is no use of N4 now, because when MT2 positive it linked only P1, because through P1 and N1 current can conduct when MT2 positive. Okay, so here also there is no need to show N4 layer. So when MT2 positive, MT1 negative, the layers are taken for the conduction of current are P1, N1, P2, N2. Okay, see, it is positive, it is negative, that means positive link to P1, so P1, N1, this junction is forward bias. Then here also MT2 negative means N2 and P2 layer is also for N2 and P2 junction between N2 and P2 is also forward bias, here also forward bias. And this junction P2 N1, this junction when MT1 is negative means P2 N1, obviously it acts as a reverse bias junction. Okay, clearly understood. So now it is like a normal conventional thyristor which has 4 layers, P1 N1 P2 N2. This MT2 one terminal act as a anode, MT1 one terminal act as a cathode, and gate terminal. Okay, so here this junction forward bias, this junction J3 forward bias, but J2 junction reverse bias. So now it is like a thyristor in a forward blocking mode. So we need to switch on this device, that means we need to operate this device so that this device can switch from forward blocking mode to forward conduction mode. So for that we need to apply positive gate current. Okay, so positive gate current, how we get the positive gate current? See here, I use one voltage source where gate is connected to the positive terminal, empty one is connected to the negative terminal. So here the current can flow, Ig current can flow from this positive terminal to negative terminal. That means Ig current flow through this path. Here Ig current flow through this P2 N2 junction like this. Okay, so when MT2 is positive with respect to MT1, junction P1 N1, junction P2 N2 are forward biased, but junction N1 P2 is reverse biased. So when gate terminal is positive with respect to MT1, gate current flows through P2 N2 junction. This is the path of gate current. This arrow marks represents the direction of gate current. Okay, so the gate current flows through P2 N2 junction. So when gate current has injected sufficient charge into P layer, see, when current will flow in this path, in this direction, then sufficient charge will inject into the P2 layer, so that the reverse bias junction N1 and P2 will break down, which is we also call it as avalanche breakdown. So when sufficient charge will inject into the P2 layer, this reverse bias junction, this J2 junction breaks down, just like a normal SCR. Okay, so as a result, what happened? Triac starts conducting through P1, N1, P2, N2. This is the final current conduction path. Okay, and this shows that MT2 and gate terminals are positive with respect to MT1. Triac turns on like a conventional thyristor. Okay, so when current flow from MT2 MT1 through this P1 N1 P2 N2 path, it act like a normal, it act like a conventional thyristor. Okay, so in this condition, triac operate in first quadrant. So when current flow from MT2 to MT1, see, this is here the VI characteristics I will draw here. See, this is the forward blocking mode. When forward voltage is applied across MT2 and MT1, this is the forward voltage which is gradually increasing. If we will not apply any gate signal, that means when it is gradually increasing and reach up to or exceed to the breakover voltage, that is VBO, then only suddenly voltage decreases and current rises. But if we give gate signal, that means this is the gate signal label. So when we give the gate signal, the VBO label will decreases, and then it will then again the triac will conduct like a thyristor. So it is this VI characteristics seems to be similar with the VI characteristics of SCR, because the operation, the current conduction is like is same like a conventional thyristor. So when we give the gate signal, the VBO level decreases and then suddenly voltage decreases and current rises. Okay, so in this condition, triac operates in first quadrant. This is the first quadrant. Okay, so in this quadrant operation, the device is more sensitive. The device is more sensitive. Okay, so this method of triggering is mainly recommended. Okay, means the triac operation under this mode is mainly used or mainly recommended, because here the triac is more sensitive and it will operate quickly, it will turn on quickly. Okay, so that's why it is more sensitive in this mode, in this quadrant, first quadrant, when MT2 positive and also gate is positive. So let's go to the next second mode of operation. Second mode is the when MT2 positive and gate negative. See, whatever the applied signal applied voltage we will give, those things are similar with this, same to same as in mode 1. See here also MT2 positive, MT1 negative, but the changes is only the gate signal. Here we give the positive gate signal, but now here we apply negative gate signal. So the second mode is the MT2 is positive but gate current is negative. So when we apply negative gate current, what are the changes happen? Let's see. When gate terminal is negative, see I change this battery, this side, now this side is positive and this side is negative, that means gate is negative. Okay, so when gate is negative, that means the IG direction is like this arrow mark represent the gate current. Okay, so when gate terminal is negative with respect to MT1, gate current flows through this, through this is negative, this is positive. Positive means gate current flows through P2 N3. P2, that means this is positive means it linked to the P2. This is negative means it linked to the N3. So gate current flows through this P2 N3 junction. And reverse bias junction, see when MT2 positive and MT1 negative, obviously it is positive means it linked to the P1 layer positive. That's why it is a forward bias. So P1 N1 forward bias. Similarly, when it is positive with respect to MT1, that means MT1 is here. That means positive, it is negative means it linked to the N2 layer. N2 and P2 gives you a forward bias. Only this N1 P2 gives you a reverse bias. Okay. So once when the gate terminal is negative with respect to MT1, gate current flows through P2 N3 junction, and reverse bias junction, this is N1 P2, reverse bias junction is forward biased, like a normal thyristor. Okay, because it will inject charge into the P2 layer. That's why this reverse bias junction will now be forward bias. Okay, so as a result, triac starts conducting in which path? P1 N1 P2 N3 path. Okay, so now triac starts conducting through P1 N1 P2 N3. This dotted line represents the conduction path. Okay, so with the conduction of P1 N1 P2 N3, the voltage drop across this path falls. Means voltage drop reduces. Obviously when current can conduct through this path, then that means there is no voltage drop across this path. So voltage drop across this path reduces or falls. Okay, but what happens? But the potential of layer between P2 and 3 rises towards the anode potential of M2. See, when current will flow from this to this path, the potential at this the potential of the layer between P2 and 3 rises towards the anode potential of N2. That means once current will flow from this to this direction, here the potential will gradually rises towards the anode potential. See here the potential is greater and here lower. That's why current will flow in this direction. So gradually after conduction, for some time, the potential across this will gradually increases and it will reach to the anode potential. So when this potential will rises towards the anode potential, what happens? See, this is the P2 layer and here the right hand side of the P2 is like a cathode potential. That means minimum potential. That means in this P2 layer, the right hand side has a lower potential and the left hand side has the greater potential. Now here in this P2 layer, there is some potential gradient exist. Okay, now here is some potential gradient occurs. and due to this potential gradient, due to the existence of this potential gradient across P2 layer, this left side of this layer is the higher potential, and the right side of this layer is the lower potential. So that's why, due to the existence of potential gradient, a current now established from left hand side to the right hand side region, and this current path shown by this dotted line. Okay, a current shown in the dotted line which is established in this P2 layer from left to right. So what happens next? So when current will establish from left region to the right region, this current is similar to the conventional gate current for SCR. Okay, this current now act as a gate current for SCR. So hence the right hand part of the triac consisting of main structure P1, N1, P2, N2, this structure now starts conducting. So when this current flow from the left hand side to the right hand side in the P2 layer, then the main structure P1, N1, P2, N2, here current will start conducting. Okay, now this P1, N1, P2, N2 begins to conduct. So this P1, N1, P2, N2, P1, N1, P2, N2 now act as a main SCR. Okay, so the device structure, so the device P1, N1, the structure, so the device structure, that is P1, N1, P2, N3, this may be taken as the pilot SCR, and the structure P1, N1, P2, N2 taken as the main SCR. Okay, so here this pilot SCR is helping to conduct the main SCR P1, N1, P2, N2. Okay, so finally what you analyze from this mode of operation, that anode current of pilot SCR, this is anode current, that means from this to this direction, this current direction, this is the anode current. So the anode current of pilot SCR serves as gate current for the main SCR. Here the main SCR is P1, N1, P2, N2. Okay, so this current of pilot SCR serves as the gate current for the main SCR. So as compared with the turn-on process of mode 1, in this mode, as compared to the mode 1, this mode 2, when this mode 2 means when the device with MT2 positive and gate current negative is less sensitive, it becomes less sensitive, because here more gate currents are required to turn on the triac. That's why it is less sensitive. Understood clearly? As compared to this mode, the second mode is less sensitive because it requires more gate current to turn on the device or to turn on the triac. Okay, so then next is the mode 3. Now come to the mode 3 operation. In mode 3, what we take here, now MT2 is negative but gate current is positive. So this is the third mode of operation. So in this mode, what you see, the gate current IG, see, when MT2 is negative and with respect to MT1, MT2 negative with respect to MT1, MT2 negative means now it linked to N4 layer, because when it linked to P1 layer, P1 N1 gives the reverse bias, so current cannot flow through this junction. That's why when MT2 negative, it links through N4 layer, because N4 and P1 gives a forward bias. Okay, so now here first layer is N4, then P1, then N1, then P2. So MT2 negative with respect to MT1, now MT1 is positive. Positive means again it linked to which layer? P2 layer, and also it linked to N2 layer. Okay, and here gate is positive means it linked to the P2 layer, because here also N3 gives the reverse bias, so it will goes through the P2 layer. That's why here I mentioned N4 P1 N1 P2. Okay, so when gate current Ig forward bias is P2 N2 junction, see, after I gave voltage across MT2 and MT1, that means MT2 negative with respect to MT1, and when I give a positive gate signal, the direction of gate current is through this arrow mark. The direction of gate current is through P2 N2 junction, because gate positive with respect to MT1 means gate positive. Positive means it linked to P2 with respect to MT1. Okay, when gate is positive, that means MT1 negative. So negative means it linked to N2. So P2 N2 will the forward bias junction. So gate current forward bias is P2 N2. So here then their existence of the gate current in this direction, in this path. This is the direction of gate current. Okay, so after gate current Ig forward bias is P2 N2 junction, what happened? Layer N2, this layer N2 injects electrons into P2 layer as shown in this arrow mark, dot this arrow. Okay, so when gate current flows in this direction, this N2 inject electron in the opposite direction of gate current. So as a result, when the electrons inject into the P2 layer, what happens? This is the already in forward bias, so there is no blocking voltage, there is no blocking. So when the electron inject into this layer, as a result, what happened? The reverse bias junction, this is the only reverse bias, this is the N1 P1. The reverse bias junction N1 P1 breaks down as same as like normal thyristor or conventional thyristor. Okay, so once this reverse bias junction breaks down, what happened? The structure P2 N1 P1 N4 is turned on. That means current can flow through this structure from MT1 to MT2 through the P2 N1 P1 N4. Through this path current now can conduct. Okay, so as a result, the current after turn on, see, whenever these devices are reach to the forward conduction mode, that means after turning on of these devices, the current can only be limited by the external load. Already I told you in the SCR section. Okay, so as the thyristor, as the triac is turned on, that means the P2 N1 P1 N4, this is turned on, so it is act like a normal SCR operation. So when this is turned on by the remote gate N2, okay, see here, I give or I applied the positive gate signal. The gate current is flowing in this path, but N2 injects electron after the gate current flows through this P2 N2 junction. So N2 injects electron. Okay, see here, this N2, this injection of electron from N2 act as a remote gate. Okay, so the device is here, the device can turn on with the help of this remote gate signal. That's why in this mode of operation, this device is less sensitive. In the third quadrant, see, the VI characteristics of this mode of operation is drawn here. When MT2 negative, MT1 positive, that means opposite of this quadrant. So here VA IA positive, that means here VA IA negative. So whatever the characteristics you have found here, the same characteristics were found here, but it is in reverse direction. Okay, so here the when MT2 negative and MT1 positive, in the negative reverse direction, when the voltage is increasing means when there is no gate signal, then the device can turn on only by the forward voltage triggering method. That means when we increase the applied voltage. Then when it reach or exceed the VBO level, breakover level, then only the voltage decreases and current increases. But when we apply gate signal, this is the gate signal IG1, IG2. When we apply gate signal, the VBO level decreases, and then VBO level decreases means whenever the VBO level, reduced VBO level reached, then voltage suddenly reduces and current increases. But here this device turn on with the help of this remote gate signal. That's why this mode of operation is not sensitive. It is less sensitive in the third quadrant. Okay. So here MT2 negative and gate positive in the third quadrant. Now what? Now the MT2 again negative and MT1 with respect to MT1, but now we apply negative gate signal. That means both in the fourth mode of operation, both MT2 and gate current are negative. So what happens in this mode of operation? In this mode, N3, see, when MT2 negative, MT1 positive. MT2 negative means obviously it linked through N4, so N4 is here, and then what? Then P1, then N1, then P2. MT1 positive means it linked through P2, and gate negative means it linked through N3. So that's why I draw here N3. Okay. So in this mode, again, when gate is negative, that means the direction of flow of gate current is like this. So when gate current flow in this direction, this P2 and 3 is forward biased. P2 and 3 junction forward biased. So after the formation of gate current through this path, this N3, here also this N3 injects electron. Okay. And this P2N1 is already in forward bias, so the only we need to break only this reverse bias junction, that is P1N1. That means here also N3 inject remote gate signal. This N3 inject electron which is act as a remote gate signal. So in this mode, N3 act as a remote gate. The gate current IG flow from P2 to N3 as a normal thyristor. Okay. Here the gate current flow through this P2 and 3 which act as a gate current which is like a normal thyristor. So here reverse bias junction P1 and N1 is broken, and finally the structure through which current conduction possible is the P2 N1 P1 N4. Okay, so through P2 N1 P1 N4 current can flow, and the device is turned on now. Okay, though here the triac is turned on by the remote gate N3 in the third quadrant. See, here also MT2 negative, MT1 positive means the opposite, the reverse of this quadrant voltage. That means it is in now in third quadrant. So in this mode, the triac is turned on by the remote gate N3 in the third quadrant. Okay, so here the device is more sensitive. Here see, here MT2 negative and gate is also negative. Okay, so here this is though the N3, the electrons inject from N3 act as a remote gate, and here the triac is turned on by this remote gate N3 in the third quadrant. But in this mode the device is more sensitive as compared to this mode. Okay, so that's why this is more sensitive in this type of operation. In this quadrant 3, this is a more sensitive method as compared to the third mode. Okay, so we conclude from all over this mode of operations, we conclude that sensitivity of triac is greatest in the first quadrant. when turn on with positive gate. See, gate positive. See, the sensitivity of triac is greatest in the first quadrant when turn on with positive gate current, and also in third quadrant when turn on with negative gate current. That means when MP2 positive and gate positive, here the device is more sensitivity, and when it is turned on with MP2 negative and gate negative, here also the device has more sensitivity. Okay, and the second point is, and another thing is, sensitivity of triac is low in the first quadrant when the device turn on with negative gate current. That means when I apply negative gate current in this quadrant, here the sensitivity is low. And again, here also the sensitivity is low when the device is turned on with positive gate signal. Okay, so here when mt2 negative and with respect to mt1, and I apply gate positive gate current, then the sensitivity of this device is low in this quadrant. Okay, so where in which quadrant the sensitivity is low, and in which quadrant the sensitivity is high? That means in quadrant 1 when the sensitivity is low, when the sensitivity is high, and in quadrant 3 when the sensitivity is low, when the sensitivity is high, you already know. Now you can select in which mode we will turn on this device so that the sensitivity of the device is greater or greatest. Okay, so the triac is rarely operated in the first quadrant with negative gate current, and in third quadrant with positive gate current. Clearly understood about the four mode of operation of the thyristor. Okay, so the two conducting paths from mt1 to mt2 or from mt2 to mt1 interact with each other in the structure of triac. This is the structure of triac. Okay, so see, this triac can conduct from mt1 to mt2 or mt2 to mt1. So the conducting paths from mt2 to mt1 or mt1 to mt2 interact with each other. So here the voltage, current and frequency ratings are much lower as compared to the conventional thyristors. Okay, so in triac the voltage and current ratings are of 1200 volt. This is the voltage rating, and the current rating is 300 ampere. Okay, this is the voltage rating, this is the current rating available in case of triac. Okay, so what are the applications of this triac, where it is used? So mainly it is used in the residential lamp dimmers, heat control, and speed control for single phase series and induction motor. Okay, small single phase series or single phase induction motor. In case of single phase induction motors, for the speed control purpose, triac is extensively used. So the practical example is like the fan regulator. In fan regulator in our home, in fan regulators, triac is extensively used in the residential field. Okay, in the residential field, what are the applications you knew better? Okay, so the triac, sometimes the triac may operate in a rectifier mode rather than bidirectional mode. See, rectifier mode means whenever rectifier modes means whenever a device can conduct in positive half cycle only. Okay, that is the rectifier mode. But the triac has the bidirectional characteristics. That means it can conduct in the both the direction, but sometimes the triac may operate in rectifier mode also. So when this happen, when this will occur, let's see for which reason this rectifier mode operation occurs in case of triac. See, for a given value of positive gate current, for a given value of positive gate current, a triac may turn on with empty-to positive in the first quadrant, but may fail to turn on with empty-to negative. Okay, so for a given value of positive gate current, see here also gate current is positive, and here also gate current is positive. So sometimes what happens, triac may turn on with here empty-to is positive. That means in this case, sometimes in this case only triac may turn on in the first quadrant, but in this case the triac failed to turn on. That means when empty-to negative, empty-1 positive, but gate is positive. Okay, so in the first quadrant, what happens, sometimes the triac may turn on with empty-to positive, but triac may fail to turn on when empty-to is negative. So this is the cause, this is the reason that the triac sometimes operate as a rectifier, because in this mode it will operate, in this mode it is fail to turn on. That's why it only operate in the positive half cycle, it won't operate in the negative half cycle. That's why the triac act as a rectifier also, or operate in a rectifier mode also. And the another reason is with constant negative current. So when gate is negative, here is gate negative, here is also gate negative. So with constant negative gate current, triac may turn on with empty-to negative, but empty-to negative in third quadrant, but it may not turn on when empty-to is positive in the third quadrant. Okay, so when gate current is negative, the triac may turn on when empty-to is negative. That means empty-to negative, empty-1 positive, means that means when now it is in reverse half cycle. So this in these two, when we compare these two modes, so gate current is negative, so triac may turn on when empty-to negative, but triac may not turn on when empty-to positive. So this shows the reverse half cycle mode. That means the triac may turn on in this reverse half cycle, negative half cycle, but triac may not turn on in positive half cycle. So here also in one half cycle triac conduct, and in one half cycle triac will not conduct. So here also triac can operate as in a rectifier mode. Okay, so the rectifier mode, this rectifier mode of triac can be overcome by increasing the value of gate current. Okay, so whenever this triac mode act over the triac, we can overcome this mode by increasing the value of gate current. Okay, so by increasing the value of gate current, the triac again the triac regain to its bidirectional mode of operation. Okay, so this is the all about the triac. This is the triac structure, this is the triac operation, these are the different mode of operation of triac. From this you can better understand which mode of operation is more sensitive and which modes of operations are less sensitive. Okay, thank you.